They called her a savage, a rebel, a woman unfit to rule. To the Portuguese Empire, she was an obstacle, a thorn in the side of their ambition to dominate Central Africa. But to her people, she was a protector, a brilliant strategist, and a symbol of defiance against overwhelming odds. This is the story of the warrior queen who built her throne on courage and forged a legacy that would echo for centuries. This is Silent Warrior Studio. Born in 1583, in the kingdom of Ndongo, in what is now Modonda, Angola, Nzinga Mbandi was no ordinary princess. From a young age, she showed an extraordinary intellect and a spirit that could not be tamed. While others followed tradition, she studied warfare, politics, and diplomacy, often shadowing her father, the king, in military and political councils. She was fluent in Portuguese, the language of the invaders who had begun to encroach upon her homeland. She understood them, their culture, and their relentless hunger for land and human lives. By the early 17th century, the Portuguese presence had become a plague. Their slave trade tore families apart and destabilized the entire region. After her brother became king, the relationship with the Portuguese deteriorated rapidly. In 1622, recognizing Nzinga's sharp mind and diplomatic skill, her brother sent her to negotiate a peace treaty in Luanda. When she entered the negotiation chamber, the Portuguese governor sat in an ornate chair, offering Nzinga only a floor mat. This Sedana calculated insult, designed to assert dominance, but Nzinga would not be humbled. In a move of sheer, unshakable confidence, she signaled to one of her attendants, who knelt on all fours, becoming a human throne for his queen. Nzinga sat, meeting the governor's gaze at eye level. The message was clear: I kneel before no one. She negotiated a brilliant peace treaty, securing Portuguese withdrawal from Ndongo and recognition of its sovereignty. For a moment, there was hope, but a colonizer's promise is written in sand. The Portuguese soon betrayed their treaties, resuming their slave raids and aggressions against Eden. After her brother's death, Nzinga ascended to the throne in 1624, inheriting a kingdom on the brink of collapse. Forced into exile by overwhelming Portuguese military power, she didn't surrender. Instead, she retreated into the rugged mountains of Matamba, where a new chapter of her resistance would begin. From her new base, Queen Nzinga reinvented warfare. She knew she couldn't defeat the Portuguese in a conventional battle. Their firearms and numbers were too great. So, she waged a new kind of war, a guerrilla war. She offered sanctuary to those who had escaped Portuguese enslavement, swelling her ranks with fiercely loyal soldiers who had everything to fight for. She trained women as elite archers and warriors, integrating them fully into her army. For decades, Nzinga led a brilliant campaign of hit-and-run attacks, ambushes, and strategic alliances. Her warriors, masters of the jungle terrain, would strike Portuguese columns and retreat into the wilderness, melting away like ghosts. She became a nightmare for the colonial forces, a constant, unpredictable threat that drained their resources and morale. She was more than a queen. She was a general, riding into battle alongside her troops, inspiring them with her own fearless resolve. But Nzinga wasn't just a warrior. She was also a masterful diplomat, recognizing the shifting powers in Europe. She forged a strategic alliance with Portugal's rivals, the Dutch. This partnership provided her with new weapons and a powerful ally. This allowed her to challenge the Portuguese more directly and reclaim much of her ancestral land of Ndongo. She played the European powers against each other with incredible skill, always with one goal in mind: the freedom and security of her people. Nzinga ruled for nearly 40 years, a lifetime of relentless struggle and shrewd leadership. Even into her old age, she remained the undisputed leader of her people, commanding respect not just from her subjects, but from her enemies as well. She eventually negotiated a final peace treaty with the Portuguese, but this time it was on her own terms. She died peacefully in her 80s, having secured the independence of her kingdom, a feat almost unheard of for an African ruler of her time. Her throne was courage. Her empire was legacy. Today, Queen Nzinga is revered as a national hero in Angola. Her statue stands proudly in Luanda, a testament to a leader who refused to bow to an empire. She is a symbol of resistance, intelligence, and the enduring power of the human spirit against oppression. History remembers the conquerors, the emperors, and the kings who built vast empires. But true warriors, those who fight for freedom against impossible odds, are often left in the shadows. Their stories deserve to be told. Their valor deserves to be remembered. We are Silent Warriors Studios, uncovering the warriors and history forgotten. If you were inspired by the story of Queen Nzinga, subscribe and join us as we bring more of these incredible history pieces to light. Thank you for watching.